So I'm actually gonna talk for shorter. I just wanted to say that the last 2 years have been really special for me. Empower Network is a lot more to me than a business. It's a lot more to me than just something that I make money from. This is like my family, and you guys really are. Those of you, especially Tony, Tracy, the people that really were there with us at the beginning. How many people in here again were here with us at the very beginning, and you were here? Give yourselves a hand. Give yourselves a hand. People have stuck with us here literally through everything. When we've had ups, they've been here. When we've had downs, they've been here. We've weeded out some negativity in the organization when we've had downs, and we've had great victories when we've had ups. We've had people come in here and do things that have literally never been done before, ever in this space, right? How many of you guys were here when Vic came into Empower Network? You guys were here? Tony's trucking along, you know what I mean? He's like the #1 earner, I think, for like 4 days, and he's like, woohoo, I got there. And then Vic joins, and 22 days later passes Tony's year, and 2 months. Here's the interesting thing, that I actually went and I did a search for, trying to find out what the records were as far as somebody coming into a network marketing organization having the biggest month ever. And it's Vic, right? A lot of you guys don't. a lot of you guys don't realize that the largest month ever for a first month in a direct sales organization happened here. You guys know that? Nobody's ever done it. So he came in, and 21 days, I think he made $710,000 in his first 3 weeks in Empower Network. And I remember it because it was 5 days before Christmas, right? I was thinking Tony was doing great. I was like, hey, I'm cooking, you know what I mean? I'm getting sales, I'm signing two people up a day, you know what I mean? And every day I log in and I have this special access to this administration tool called Rankings. And I look on there every day to see what the daily incomes are, because I have this personal goal of making my income over $10,000 a day. So I check it every day, right? And one day, December 20th, I log in, and somebody made, it was like $80,000 in a day, not a month, a day. And so what I did, of course, naturally, was I hit refresh on the page again, and it went to $85,000, right? And I was like, who in the heck is this dude, right? I hit refresh again, it's like $90,000, right? Now I was like, okay, it's a fluke. Somebody, was in another deal, and then they just brought their team over. Never happened again. So I log in, right, the next day, and I check what, I'm just like, I'm cooking, I'm doing good, trying to make $10,000 a day, and I hit refresh, right? And I was like, what the heck just happened? And he made like $40,000 or $50,000 day 2, right? And so I start trying to get a hold of him because I'm thinking he's running a fraud ring or something. Because occasionally we have somebody come in Empower Network and run these little, this is true story. This is like they run these little fraud groups, and they all use fake cards or whatever, and then we've got to terminate all their accounts before commissions are paid out and things like that, right? And so, I was like, who is this guy? You know what I mean? I was trying to look at it, and everybody's ordering from unique IP addresses, from literally all over the planet, right? Like all over the place. Who in here is in Big Idea Mastermind, actually? Right? So I was like, certainly 5 days before Christmas and 4, you can do this, but not 3 days before Christmas. So I log in the next day, right? And I go to the rankings tab, and $40,000 again, day 3, right? Again, right? And I think this is all from one webinar and an email to his list. I think he he emailed 1,600 people, and I think that's what it was. He could come up and he could share the story, right? And I was like, you have got to be shitting my pants. And then I was like, certainly. 2 days before Christmas, nobody buys anything but Christmas presents, and they're all rushing to the store. They're just not going to happen. And I log in, make $40,000 again, and again the day before Christmas, and on Christmas, right? Like, everybody else, stops buying things, for, Jesus or something on Christmas, right? Unless they are on Vic's list. They just buy everything every day. It doesn't matter. It continued like that for 21 days straight. And I got a hold of Vic, and I talked to him because, of course, I thought he was actually running a fraud ring, and I was scared, because that was, more money than we could possibly, lose, And we checked it all out, and it was legit. And I was like, what did you do? And he's like, well, I emailed 1,600 people. Right? And I did a webinar. I was like, can I see it? And he was like, yeah, sure, here's a link. And I go to this webinar, and he's just kind of telling stories and talking about his vision and his dream on this webinar. And he didn't really tell people what it was. He's like, this is going to be the biggest thing ever, and you just need to join. I'm Vic, Basically that for 3 hours, right? And I was like, this guy, it's really interesting, right? So he does that, right? Now, I was like, okay, he's one of these clickbait guys, and clickbait people are generally just, excuse me, they'd be good people if, God changed their heart or something. They're like scumbags, you know what I mean? It's like, you go in the backstage and they're like, how much money can we suck out of the room, That's how they are, They're like, they look like, they're all like these 18-year-old kids that look like Harry Potter but evil. So, but then we do an event in Austin. Who here was at the event in Austin? Okay. We do this event in Austin, right? Do this event in Austin. And I'm like, this guy's not going to bring anybody to the event. He's one of these clickbait schemers. They can't get people to events. They just know how to convert stuff. They don't understand people at all, They're clickbait people. They're all scumbags. There's no way, right? So, I'm like the Joker. So, he comes to the event with 350 people. Okay? He joined, I want you to think about this, he joined, in Power Network, it was 4 weeks before the event. Only a month before. So in his first 4 weeks, he sent an email to 1,600 people. 1,600 people showed up into a webinar, and as far as I can tell, 1,600 people got in and bought everything. And then he brought 350 of them to the event. Now, because that's the smartest thing he ever did. And then what happened? Right? And this is all going somewhere. I want you guys to really get a perspective when I'm telling this story. This is why we have the best leaders that are, I believe, ever in direct sales ever. Okay? And it's not just Vic, a lot of them in the room. Right? We have the best leadership and the best marketers here ever. Right? Give yourselves a hand. So, he comes to this event with 350 people. Okay, now I went and I met these guys because I was like, these are all going to be like these 18-year-old schemers, And I go to every breakout room, and every breakout room is like this diverse crowd. You've got some young people, you've got some older people, you've got some middle-aged people. And I go into Vic's breakout room, and they're all between 40 and 50 years old, and they're professionals, and they literally were from everywhere in the world. I was like, where are you from? People were like, Bolivia Mari. I was like, where the hell's that? I did just make that up, and if that's a real country and you're from there, I apologize. Where are you from? Kazakhstan. I didn't think that was a real country. They that Borat movie was like a true story, and the guy's angry, Everybody says that. Kazakhstan is a good country, right? This is Kazakhstan. There's people from Kazakhstan. There's people from Russia. There was people from South Africa in his team, right? And I was like, who are you? You know what I mean? Did Jesus return? I mean, is this, who are you? Who is this guy? You know what I mean? And he's like, I thought he was 40. Who in here thought Vic was 40? You look at him, you think he's 40, right? He's 29. He just looks he does something to his face to make himself look more wise somehow, I don't know how he does it. Maybe he looks older because he has 5 kids. It's like, you have 5 kids, you're like 29, you know? So he's got like magical recruiting powers, you know? And he comes to this event and there's this 350 people. Now here's the interesting thing. So he's like, I'm not gonna do, just so you know, Dave, I'm not gonna really be doing a lot for the next 3 months because I'm gonna be working on building my team system, right? So I was like, certainly his check will not be like this continuously. This is ridiculous. He did basically nothing for the next 3 months. Nothing, as far as I can tell. Okay? And in the next 3 months before he launched his team stuff, he made $10,000 or more every single day from his team succeeding. And they weren't doing anything except for going around and saying, something big is coming, get all in, it's $5,000, you know what I mean? And they're all getting in, and they have like this magic Vic voodoo spell or something like this, and everybody's just like here's my credit card. Here's my point. Vic has done things that nobody has ever done before, okay? There's a lot of people in the room that have done things nobody's ever done before. It's not just him. He has had the biggest first month in network marketing history, and he never did network marketing before. He's not like one of these guys that gets in an auditorium with 5,000 people and recruits them all and do a new deal. You know what I mean? I know a guy that brought 15,000 people to a room, got them all to join a new deal, and he still didn't have a month that was as big as Vic's first month in that company. Right? This is 100% commissions. We can do some interesting things with that. So who in here, the question is, like to me, I look at Vic and he's like this mysterious creature. Thank you. He's like this mysterious creature. Like, I don't tell him this, but when he's in the room, whenever he looks away, I kind of like look at him and stare at him. The other day, he was wearing just like an extra shirt or something like that, and I just kind of like, he turned around and I just kind of like stroked his back. One day I was sitting there and I was just kind of like looked at his butt and I was about to grab it, but then I was like, no, he's Christian, I can't. Vic is like this mysterious creature, and I actually I listened to him talk and I'm scratching my head, and I was like, does he have magical powers? I mean, what is going on? I mean, if you ever wondered that, Tony, you're like, what the hell's going on? How are you doing that? You know, I sent an email to a lot bigger list than that. You know, I didn't make $700,000 in 3 weeks. Who are you? You know, can I call you the Lord? I mean, there's got to be one of us, right? So I want to know how Vic does what he does. I want to know how a person comes into an organization and creates the biggest first month in network marketing history. I want to know how somebody comes in and does that and then brings 350 people from 40 countries around the world to an event a month and a half or a month into his business. I want to know how he made $10,000 a day, $10,000 a day for 3 months, okay? Literally doing nothing because his team was succeeding. I want to know how he came into Empower Network and he's made $3 million in a little bit over a year. I want to know how he did that because nobody has ever done that before. And I'll tell you something, here's like, I almost want to pull my credit card out and just give it to Vic and say, charge it to the limit. You know? That's what I feel like doing. You know what I mean? Just say, Vic, just take my credit card, take it home, and every day just charge it, and I'll just continuously pay it off and just keep charging me for stuff. Because I want to know how he does what he does. Who in here wants to know what Vic knows? Who in here would be excited if you could find out what Vic knows, and you'd be excited to find out about it, and who'd be excited if your team could know it and you didn't have to be in Vic's team? Who'd be excited about that? Who would be excited about learning the mystical secrets that gives Vic those powers, you know, his mystical secret? You're like, I don't know about that. Okay, I want to know, right, how he does what he does. I want to know his secrets. I want to know how he gets his traffic. I want to know how he converts sales. And the bigger thing is I want you to know. Okay? We are about to have the most important section, I believe, of our event, and it represents a change in the direction of the future. Okay? Because of what we're about to do. So here's what I want you guys to know. Who in here is excited about knowing what Vic Strohaus knows? Stand up. Give Vic a hand, everybody. Vic, come on out. If you're there, come on out. Give Vic a hand. love you, man. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Folks, I am just a human being just like everybody else, guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. You know, I had an opportunity to meet a lot of you guys. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, because one thing is being sitting over there, and when you're up on stage here, you got this echo thingy going on. So, yeah, okay, cool. I'm just privileged to be here with you guys, honestly, and I'm excited, fired up to be with you guys, and met a lot of you. On the whole, took hundreds of pictures, and it's just awesome. It's just awesome to be around like-minded people. So, I want to do something a little bit different, folks. I want to share with you some things that will, no doubt, this is my intention. Okay, so my intention is to give you some strategies here today that will allow you to make at least $100,000 this year. You guys ready? And I know it's a big claim, and obviously I cannot guarantee anything I won't, but that's my intention, okay? So, but I'm positive that when you apply that kind of stuff in your business, it will be simple and it will be very doable for everybody. I don't care if you're just getting started. I don't care if 2 months. I've met a lot of you guys, and there's a lot of people who just got started literally like 2 weeks ago or a couple of days ago. This stuff works. Okay, I learned it the hard way. I'm going to explain to you. I'm actually going to take you behind the curtain of my business, what I did, in the beginning, how I kind of progressed in my journey, and how I was able to build. I started with Empower Network December 20, 2012. All right. 1 year later, we have 26,000 people on our team. Within our team. Now, I am excited about that, but you know what I'm more excited about, guys? Is only 2,600 of those people were personally sponsored by me. Okay? So there is a lot of duplication going on our team. Would you like to know how to do that? Okay? There are some strategies that you need to understand in order to be able to do it. Because it's one thing, when you're making money, that's cool. And I'm humbled, I'm privileged to be able to, to make the kind of money that I'm making right now. It's good. But when you get to a certain point, money becomes a secondary thing, right? And then it's like, okay, now what? And what really fires me up is, Paulo Barroso was on stage earlier today, right? Wasn't he awesome, guys? Miles Seegers sitting over here, buddy. What's up, bud? I see Julius over there. These are the people who are on our team, folks. They're making more money than the CEOs of companies. Okay? That's what fires me up. It's duplication. It's what we can do as a community to bring a bigger difference and make a bigger impact in this community. It's internet marketing community, right? Because there's a lot of garbage going on here. So I want to do things a little bit differently here today, guys. You guys ready for 2014 to be your year, right? I was just backstage there, and I was listening to you guys, shouting, "This is my year, this is my year." And you know what? I was like backstage, I'm like, "This is my year," because I'm with you. You guys fire me up. Here's what I want you to do, just for a second here, okay? If you would, I want you to think about what you want to accomplish. I want you to think about your outcome for 2014. Okay? If you would, you get very, very clear on that now. You can write it down if you have something to write with, or you can just bring it to your attention, all right? And just think about it. What's your outcome for 2014? Make it very, very clear. I learned this thing a while back, is that when you get clear on something, and you bring it to your attention, and you focus on it like nothing else exists, it always manifests. Okay? Now, you don't know how it's going to manifest. It just always does. And I don't know how it works, okay? And I'm here to tell you, folks, every single thing in my life, There is not one thing from this material world, okay, that I wanted that I don't have. And I'm being very honest with you, okay? It's business, it's personal life, it's, family. I have 5 kids, you guys know that, right? 5 children. They're all amazing kids. I mean, I'm telling you, they're just awesome. We take them to the restaurants, we take them to, to shoppings, vacations. We just take them with us. We never leave them with a babysitter, And I'm blessed from one side, but from the other side, there is a way for every one of us to achieve our outcomes. I don't say goals. You notice that, right? I don't say goals because people set goals all day long. I need to think. But goals are one thing, okay? Outcome is something bigger. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more. And then, of course, we're going to talk about specific strategies for building your business, of course. But so I want you to think about your outcome for 2014, okay? Bring it to your attention. And then I want you guys for just about 20 to 30 seconds, if you can turn to the partner on your left or your right and share it with them like you mean it, okay? Like you mean it, what you're going to accomplish in 2014. And then we're going to lay out a strategy for how you can go from today until end of 2014. And I want you to be accountable for that to the person sitting next to you. Is that cool? So go ahead and take 20 seconds, share with your neighbor what you're going to accomplish in 2014. Can you guys hear me? All right. Sorry about that. That was not planned, I promise you. I promise you, that was not planned. All right. Okay, here's what I want to talk about. We can bring the PowerPoint slides here. Okay. We're going to talk about, I call this total traffic and conversion mastery. Okay. I'll give you guys a lot of bars today. Okay, and I hope that you take notes. Of course, you don't have to do a thing I'm telling you. I'm just going to share with you what's working for a lot of people, not only myself. Hopefully you take it, put it to work, make a lot of money. All right. One thing that I do, guys, is I never forget where I came from. Yeah, it's cool to make a couple $1 million or whatever that I was able to do. But I never forget where I came from, okay? And I was talking to a lot of people this weekend, and a lot of you guys are struggling. A lot of you guys are to your last $10, last $1,000. I talked to somebody just before this section here, and the person said, hey, he wasn't planning on being here. He just got out of the hospital, and there was no possible way that he could get here, but he found a way, and he did not know where he was going to sleep. And he found a roommate, somebody let him into the room to sleep, and so he's just so grateful. But the guy is just literally at the bottom, right? And folks, I want you to take a look at this real quick, all right? That is where I came from, okay? You see that right there? That window, that little balcony, that was our apartment, my wife and I, 2005. Okay, and and I was working for a corporate, America, right? And I wanted to provide something better for my family. I wanted to provide something better for my wife, kids. And I had this desire. How many of you guys have this burning desire to do something bigger for yourself? Yeah, like really deep down, you're like feeling it. You're feeling it. You're more than what you have right now. You can have more. You deserve to have more. That was me. That was me, 2005. And I was working for a bank. Every single dollar that came in went to pay for that apartment, 1-bedroom apartment in a ghetto neighborhood. And I did not want to live like that. Okay. And I did something. I'm going to tell you what I did. And I want to fast forward a little bit here, real quick. Okay. And kind of show you what's possible, not only for myself, but really what's possible. Okay. This is my family before we actually had our 5th daughter. Building Big Idea Mastermind. A quick story about this particular house right here, guys. This is not my residence. I wouldn't show you my residence. but funny story, I got started with Big Idea Mastermind. Here's what I want you to fish, okay? I go to events, guys, and I fish for one idea. One idea can make you a millionaire, okay? And so as I'm sharing my journey, and of course we're going to talk a lot about tactics and specific strategies, okay? I want you to pay attention to ideas, okay? Because one idea can make you a millionaire. So I'll tell you how. You guys want to know how I made $700,000 in the first 3 weeks? This is how, okay? This is exactly how. So we do this webinar, okay? I start Empower Network 20th of December. We do a webinar on December 20th. I invite about 1,600 people from my list. It was a mixture between buyer's list from my previous product and prospects. So it's a mixture. I wanted to test an idea. I had this big vision. I wanted to test it out, see how it's going to work on a smaller scale, just like we do with everything, right? Test on a smaller scale, ramp it up, if it works. So, and I do this webinar, and I talk about the vision. I did not have a team website. I did not have nothing except just an idea about what I wanted to accomplish, right? And so I said, okay, so what would be a good strategy for me to make the biggest impact? Because here is what I'm thinking, right? As a marketer, when you do a campaign, especially when you start something new, if you're about to start something, and if you want to make a bigger impact, I want you to be very strategic about your approach, okay? When I was coming to Empower Network, I deliberately wanted to make the biggest, quote-unquote, splash possible. Why? Because my vision was big, okay? And I understood the power of, making an impact quickly, okay? If you can make the biggest impact quickly, it's better than if you just drag it out, for years. Make sense? So here was my strategy. I'm going to be completely open with you guys, okay? Completely candid, and you can apply this in your promotions, okay? If you want to, it works. So my strategy was this. I talk about this big idea, later that, we just called our team Big Idea Mastermind, but it was a big idea for me. And so compensation plan is awesome, product is awesome, leadership of Empower is awesome. I was able to speak to David, to David Wood. A different story, funny thing, it took me almost 2 months to get a hold of the guy. I would Skype him and I'm like, hey man, I want to talk to you. I just want to talk to you before I join, And he would just ignore me, on Skype. He didn't know who I was, and understandable. But anyway, so my strategy was this. There was 5 products with Empower Network when I got started, okay? $25, $100, $500, $1,000, and $3,500 products. So I predicted, I said, okay, so if I get 35 people to purchase all the products, okay? 35 people to purchase all the products, that would be good, okay? Now, my strategy is this, okay, so I whipped out my little calculator, right? My phone with a calculator. I'm like, okay, so 35 people, how much would that be, if everybody just go all in, okay? So 35 people, and there's like, you make like $4,500. Okay? That's $157,000. Okay? All I needed was 35 people to go all in. So my strategy was this. I said, okay, so I would make $157,000. What can I do for these people to do a big explosion within our team? Okay, in a good way. Okay? So I said this. We're going to take this 35 people, okay, and I'm going to do a mastermind event, a workshop, okay? We're going to go to Miami. I'm going to rent a mansion. And I'm going to rent a boat, and we're just going to have a party. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the money that I am going to make, right? Again, this is just my strategy. I'm just allowing you to go inside my head, and so you understand how I kind of strategize. Is that cool? Okay? So, and I rented a mansion like 3 weeks before, or like 2 weeks before I actually did this webinar, okay? And this thing costed, I actually paid $100,000 for a week for that particular house. Okay? It's a $20 million mansion. I thought it would be awesome. It would fit 35 people. Awesome, right? So we do this webinar, and I announce the bonus, okay, or the special elite meeting for people that would go all in. To my surprise, we did not get 35 people. We got over 130 people. Okay? We got over 130 people that went all in. And so here I am with this rented mansion, right? And I'm like, shoot, what do I do with this? You know, we cannot fit 130 people in that thing. So I take my family and we just go there and, you know, we just hang out for a week just by ourselves, you know, have a good time. $100,000, all right, you know, could invest it to the team, but it's okay. You know, we still go on a boat, and so treat our team awesome. Here is the bigger byproduct that came from that, guys. Okay, Julius, were you in that? Miles, were you there, bro? Okay, there were a few of you guys who were in that first group of people. So what I did for my team to ignite the passion, right, was we gave them an experience. Now, if you are, you know, if you don't have the money to do that kind of crazy stuff, don't worry about it. I'm going to tell you how you can build up to that if you want to, okay? But what happened was we take 130 people to Miami. You know, they get here. I ended up renting a hotel room, and we have our mastermind at the hotel room. We talk about the vision. That's where Paulo Barroso, you know, he shared with you guys that story, right? That's where he got his start. You know, I said, man, you can do this, right? You can do this. And he believed. Belief is going to do miracles in your life. Belief, okay? I read the Bible, okay? Bible talks about belief. Some of you guys read other books. Talks about belief. Belief is very, very powerful. I'm going to give you a good recommendation, maybe something you can check out. There's a book called The Power of Belief, I believe. The Magic of Believing. That's what it's called, okay? Get it, read it. Read it a couple times, okay? It's going to help you. So, we do this event. What happens next was these 130 people, they really got the vision, okay? Folks, here is another nugget for you, okay? This can be worth millions for you. You have to set goals. Important, okay? But what's more important is people don't buy into your goals. Goals is your personal thing, okay? What people buy into is people buy into your vision. Okay? People buy into your vision. If you can set a very clear vision for yourself, goals are just milestones. But there is a bigger thing that hovers over your entire goals stuff right here. And it's your vision, okay, for where you're going. People buy into the vision. So what we did in Miami is we talked about the vision. We talked about making not only, you know, making $5,000 a month or whatever, just a little stuff. We talked about making an impact. We talked about, you know, the problems this industry is having and what we can do as a group. All right? Not as Vic individually, not as Miles or Julius or Paulo or Cindy or, you know, BJ. We talked about us. Okay? When you talk to your prospects, include them in your vision. Have your vision be big enough for other people to step into. Is that making sense so far? Okay. So we can move on. So anyway, so that's the quick story about the house. I'm going to move on and we're going to get to the actual tactics. That's the backyard. I just wanted to show you. I thought that was pretty cool. Of the thing, you know, that's my beautiful family here before we have had our girl, and this is the little baby that we just had, 2 months old. Little Ilona, love her to death. Boys love her. A lot of people, you know, a lot of you guys were asking. So, how many of you guys would like to do this kind of stuff? You know, take your teams on boats and just have, you know, just do that kind of stuff. Yeah. You know, if that's not your thing, that's cool. But I'm telling you, if you want to make a lot of money, start seeing yourself as a leader. Okay? If you're going to make a lot of money, I don't care if you're broke right now. Guys, I started broke. I started by borrowing money. Nobody can tell me, Vic, I cannot be successful because I'm broke. I started broker than broke. I started from the hole. Okay? I don't buy into any excuses people give me. I don't. I will listen to them, but I don't buy them. Because here's the thing. Your struggle that you're going through, okay? Somebody's up there, somebody's up there. Some of you guys are going through just craziest things ever in your life right now. You know? In the moment, it may seem like, well, this is like the end of the world, okay? Later, that can be your asset. Because if you don't go through that struggle, it's like that you know, butterfly, right? If it needs to go through struggle, that cocoon. If it doesn't struggle, it's not ever gonna fly, okay? When we go through our struggles, we get stronger. The only way you fail is if you quit, okay? If you don't quit, you don't fail. So I'm going to tell you how you guys can build up to that, to be able to do crazy stuff like take your teams on boats, and this is just a few pictures. We went to Hawaii, had an event in Hawaii, and we actually rented an island. Okay, this is what's possible. We rented an island, private island in Hawaii, pretty big thing, and it was nobody there except just our team. Okay, from Big Idea Mastermind, and we just. It was a lot of money, but we can do that kind of stuff because of what I'm about to teach you folks, okay? I hope you're getting excited here because this is the kind of stuff that you can apply, okay? And to be able to go to Hawaii if you wanted to and rent an entire island for your team, okay? To mastermind that. That's what we did, okay? So this is just a couple fun pictures. We invited Les Brown to our mastermind, so he was awesome. Some of you guys were there. But you can do this kind of stuff when you learn some strategies. When you decide. The reason that I wanted you to set your intention very clearly is because, guys, this is possible. How many believe? You guys believe? Okay. So I think we're good in that. So here's what you need. Let's kind of transition into how do you do all this kind of stuff. Okay. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to take you back. If I was just getting started today, brand new, no list, very little money, $500 in my pocket, maybe $1,000 in my pocket, what would I do again to get to where we are today, to be able to do what we can do now? What would I do to go from that apartment to this kind of lifestyle, okay? And the truth of the matter, guys, is I am nobody special. I don't have any magical abilities. Heck, I'm a college dropout. I never graduated college. I barely graduated high school. I was skipping school so much that I did not have enough days in school to graduate, But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So here's what you need. Burning desire to be successful, I think everybody has that, and willingness to do what it takes, okay? Now, I know this is kind of very vague stuff, okay? So let's get into some details, okay? Couple things. Okay, couple things. A lot of people think that, they just need to learn traffic, and we are going to talk a lot about traffic today, conversions. Okay, that's, the name of the presentation. Traffic conversions, how to do that kind of stuff on a level that is just, high level. But here's what you need, okay? You need to have success-oriented mindset. Okay, you guys heard a lot about that stuff today so far. Yesterday, you got to read books. You got to associate with with people who are going in the direction you want to go. Right? In other words, your mindset needs to be clear on what you want. Okay, that's a given. We're all entrepreneurs. We understand the power of of having a good mindset. If you're poisoning yourself, don't even think about being successful. People who succeed, they have clear outcome, intention. They know where they're going. Put blinders on, put filters, whatever you want to call them. Filter out information, okay? What you put into your, through your eyes, through your ears, what you listen to, what you talk about, what you're willing to tolerate, what you're not willing to tolerate around you, that kind of stuff. So have a success, clean mindset that's determined to succeed no matter what, okay? Second thing, what we need is, of course, to make money, to be successful, is we need to sell something. We need to sell stuff. We make money by selling products, okay? That's pretty much a given. So we already have something to sell. Heck, Empower is coming out with a whole bunch of product line here, new stuff we'll be hearing about. So that's taken care of, okay? Next, what we need is we need some traffic, okay? Marketers, traffic, visitors to our website, the more the better. And here's something else we need. We need to be able to convert traffic into opt-ins and opt-ins into buyers, right? Okay? Now, I don't want to talk about the mindset stuff today as much, although that's one of my favorite topics. But I do want to talk about traffic and conversions with you guys. Okay? So let's talk about that real quick. Okay? Traffic. Here's something I'm going to tell you about the traffic. Something you might want to memorize or make a note of. It's not everything, but it's about just as important for marketers, for your business, as oxygen for human beings. You guys agree? Yeah? It's not everything. Listen, oxygen is important, but heck, if your heart is not working right, then, it's not good. Traffic is important, but it's not everything. There are other components that need to be in place. And people think that if they can just solve their traffic problem, you know, if I can just get an extra 1,000 visitors to my site, I'll be fine. I mean, it's like all the problems are going to be solved. And it's partially true. It's not entirely true, okay? You need to have another side taken care of, which is conversions, okay? How do you convert traffic into opt-ins and then opt-ins into sales? Because at the end of the day, we want to get paid. We want to move products. We want to get, you know, we want to get paid for, you know, for work. So here, this is the breakthrough model, okay? This is what people, typically what they think is a breakthrough model, okay? Number one thing they want to worry about is they worry about quality traffic. True, okay? Second thing is what we need to stand out and capture. I've been preaching this stuff over and over again. You need to be able to stand out from the rest of the competition, quote unquote, okay? And you need to capture opt-ins. You need to build your list. We're going to talk a lot about how do you cultivate all that stuff in, you know, in a minute here. And then what we need is we need to master this thing called conversions, right? How do we convert all that stuff and then move products at the end of the day? But this is a screwed up model, guys, okay? This model is messed up. This is the right model. Check this out. See that? Okay? We need to take care of the conversion part first. We need to nail that down, and then we can talk about how do we create a funnel, a system that's going to make us stand out from the crowd, okay? Make us noticeable. Because if you're promoting the exact same thing what, you know, 50,000 other people promoting, how are you different from 49,999 other people? Making sense? Okay? So you want to have something that would capture, you know, your subscriber and that would make you look unique. And then when you have that stuff done, when you have that taken care of, then you focus on the traffic. Okay? So let's talk about this. Okay? Conversion Master. I'll give you guys some tips. Now, there's going to be a, you know, Empower is releasing a product that's going to, you know, we're going to teach you guys all that stuff in very, very great detail. Listen, you will be masters at traffic and conversion. But what I do want to do right now is I want to give you a lot of tips that would help you make $100,000 this year, regardless of what you decide to do. Is that fair? Okay? So here are some things that worked really, really well for me personally in my business. Again, these are tips, okay? This is not like, you know, because I can take like 3 days to talk about this stuff. All right, so very important is your posture, okay? Posture as a marketer. You need to create an authority in your marketing. How do you do that? How do you create authority in your marketing? So if I'm just getting started, right, and I'm not successful, and I don't have a lot of money, how do I create authority in my marketing? You need to do that from day one. You don't wait until you know, quote unquote successful to be able to create authority. When I was getting started, all right, and my mentor said, he said, Vic, you need to act like the person who is already earning $1 million. And here I am in debt, financially. Okay? How do you do that? Well, number one, what you can do, this thing is, oops. Number one, what you do is you can borrow authority. Okay? You can borrow authority. We're going to talk about how do you do that. But your posture as a marketer is very important. I see so many people, even some folks from Empower Network, even some folks, even from my team, and I'm, you know, and I'm like, man, I just want to come and shake you, you know, for doing that. I'm this little marketer, I'm this little guy, and I'm just hoping to make my first sale, man, and I'm just hoping, you know, and people go into forums and they get in chat rooms and they get into like, you know, and I hang out and post it in comments, I haven't made any money yet, and oh my God, and this is so hard, and that's what they're prophesizing, you know what I mean? That's what they're projecting, that's what they're talking about. Guess why you're not successful? Because you're talking about that crap. Does that make sense? Posture. As a marketer, you need to have a posture as somebody who is already successful. You have to be before you get. You know that. We all know that, but a lot of times we forget. Okay? So keep that in mind moving forward. Certainty. All right? I talked about the difference between your goals and your vision. All right? When you create a vision for your business, a vision for your personal life, you become certain. when your vision is genuine, when your vision is, I'm not just here just to make guys, forget about making money, okay, would you? For just a minute, forget about earning a buck. Because I say this all the time, you want to make 25 bucks? Go sell t-shirts on eBay. You can probably make more than 25 bucks, okay? But if you want to make an impact, if you want to build a team, if you want to do stuff that is just on a different level, all right? Forget about making money. Start worrying about how do you make a difference, okay? A bigger difference. Start talking about your vision instead of your goals, okay? Because people buy into your vision, not your goals. Value-based marketing is is what I practice in my business, and I started doing that really like heavily in 2010. Okay, so it was about 2010. I really started to focus on this. You can say full time. What do I mean by value-based marketing? I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you guys specific examples what I do personally, and hopefully that's going to help you. When you're marketing to your prospects, okay, keep in mind, it's not about you, it's about them. What I want to show you right now, guys, is I want to take you behind the scenes a little bit and behind the curtain of my personal business. And I'm going to share with you guys some things that I was doing for my subscribers. How do you generate over $700,000 from a list of 1,600 people, right? How do you do that? You guys want to know that? Yeah. This strategy can make you rich. Check. Watch. So, I set my follow-up sequence like this. When somebody opts into my list, okay, what they get first is they get an email from me. The email basically just says, hey, good to meet you. Thanks for checking out what I do. I might send them to a link, but my intention is not to make a sale on the first contact, okay? My intention is I want to get a step closer to my subscriber. When they opt into your list, guess what? They're on 50 other marketers' lists. You, as a smart marketer, right? You're going to be strategic about your business, and you are going to be focusing on, hey, how can I differentiate myself from these other guys right here that are bombarding my subscriber with their stuff, okay? So what I do is I go to surveymonkey.com, okay? It's free. You create yourself an account, and you create a little survey. This is exactly what I do for my list, guys, okay? And I send them a survey. I said, hey, I want to help, please help me help you, okay? I'm going to be giving you a lot of cool stuff, and I just want to know what you really need help with. So these are the exact questions. I actually just did a screenshot this morning for you, right? Because I just wanted to show you, okay? First question on the survey is, hey, how long have you tried to make money online for? Okay? And you can model this if you want to. And I give them some answers, right? Let them select whatever is appropriate for them. Check this out. 2,700 people, 2,730 people answered this question, and you can see the results, right? So it gives me an idea of what my subscriber list looks like. Now, this is not my entire list, obviously. This is a segment of my list, right? And I wanted to pull this out so I can show this to you guys, okay? But these are the actual, this survey is still up, right? So it gives me an idea of what I'm looking at, right, when I talk to my subscribers. Second question, how much are you currently making online? I want to know, right? I want to know how much money they're currently making. Who am I dealing with? You want to know your subscriber. Again, give them some answers, right? Look at that. Look at the results. 0, I haven't made any money yet. 70%. All right? Like $1 to $100 a month, 18.97%. You add those two up, and that's like 89.8 or 9%. Guys, 90% of people are earning less than $100 a month. That tells you something, doesn't it? Okay? That tells you how to craft your message. Okay? Next question is this. How much do you realistically want to earn per month? Now, what am I doing here strategically? I am making them focus on what they want, don't I? Again, it's not about me, it's about them. Okay? So, and again, I give them some answers, and check this out. 2,700 people told me, majority of them just want to make an extra 1,000 to 5,000 per month. Why is this important? Well, if they only want to make, let's say $1,000 to $10,000, most of them, right? Biggest percentages. I'm not going to talk to them about making $1 million every 2 seconds. because that stuff doesn't resonate with people. They want to earn 1,000 to 5,000. Okay? Again, I want to know who am I dealing with. All right. Next question is this. What is your single biggest challenge? All right? Single biggest challenge that you need help with right now. Why is this important? I want them to tell me what they're looking for. I want them to tell me what they're struggling with. I want them to tell me what they need help with. And people are saying traffic generation. All right? Thing number 2 is website building, landing pages, finding hot products, but traffic and building websites and capturing leads. In other words, traffic and conversions are 2 biggest things. Okay? Now, next thing what I want to know is, what is your second biggest challenge? If traffic is your number 1, what is your second biggest? And here it is again, traffic, right? List building, again, conversions. How do I get more people to my list? How do I build traffic? Why is this important? Anybody can tell me? Exactly, value-based marketing. Why is value-based marketing important, guys? I think Dave Sharp was talking about it yesterday. Reciprocity. Reciprocity, right? So, if my list is looking for these kinds of things, guess what I'm going to do in my value-based marketing sequences? On my webinars, on my hangouts, in my email delivery, right? I'm going to learn those topics. Make sense? I'm going to learn those topics. I'm going to go to work, okay? And I will serve my list. Leaders are servants, all right? Leaders are not these guys who are just like, I'm just going to sit on top of the mountain and just do nothing and, You have to serve, right? You have to put the seeds in, you have to water them, and then you reap the reward. Okay? That's the name of the game, folks. Is this making sense so far, everybody?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let's move on. All right, so first, traffic. Second biggest issue is traffic. Hey, if you could learn one thing that you believe would take your business to the next level, what would that be? Okay? And again, this is another segment. I just started this. Just started literally implementing this question into my survey. Check this out. What people are saying: conversions, right? How do I convert traffic into leads and leads into sales? Second thing is traffic generation. That's what our market is looking for. Okay? Not just empower people, but if you look at every 30 seconds, statistically, every 30 seconds, somebody is starting a home-based business. And if 2,700 people answered these questions, giving me these answers, guess what? This is going to be true across the board. Okay? So it gives you a good idea of what to do. And this question is very, very strategic. Now, this question is, are you ready to do whatever it takes to reach your goal? Why am I doing this? I want them to tell me that they are ready to work with me, don't I? Laura's getting, yeah? So, what happens is, psychologically, strategically, right, I position myself as this servant, as this guy who's, hey, I'm here to help you. You told me what you want. Now I know what kind of content to deliver to you. Okay? So, that's what I do. Let's talk about, we can come back and I can tell you guys how to, actually in the product that we're releasing here, I actually walk you through and show you exactly how to do all that stuff. Okay, like go here, do this right here, and then step 2 is do this right here, here's how you implement this, everything is covered. Okay, I just want to give you guys a big picture right now so you know what's going on. Okay? This is literally how I built my business. This is this right here. Okay? So, we need to, before we talk about traffic, we need to stand out, right? So we need to have an ability to capture leads, okay? So when capturing leads, again, I already mentioned this, you need to be unique, you need to stand out from the crowd, you need to talk to their core desire, okay? So what you can do is you can literally start as simple as creating a survey. SurveyMonkey.com will do, free, don't have to pay for it, no excuse for you not to do it, it's free, okay? Do a Facebook post, free, okay? And just ask them what they want. Better yet, what you might do is you might want to create a landing page, okay? Get people to opt in and then send them to a survey. So you're building your list that you're going to cultivate. And it doesn't matter if it starts with 20 people or 50 people. A list is a list, okay? I started out my first teleconference that I did. I think 7 people showed up. But I was talking to them like there was 7,000 people. okay? You have to trick your mind sometimes to be successful. When you do your first hangout, right? If you're just getting started, it might not be a good idea for you to do a hangout with and show like live fire with where people see how many participants are there. You know, if there was only 7 people show up, it doesn't look too sexy, right, to the participants. All right? So might not be a good idea to do a hangout, but you might do a teleconference call, right? You can go to freeconferencecall.com, free, talk about what you're doing in your business, share with them, right? And then they don't know how many people participate, but you know, but you need to trick your mindset, right? To talk to them like you're talking to an auditorium of people, okay? So you talk to their core desire based on what they need. Again, I'm gonna show you guys how to do all this stuff in very great detail. Again, every single one of you guys can become the master of this stuff because it's really not that complicated when you understand some of the psychology behind it, some of the things that, you know, there's a surface level stuff, and there is the behind the surface, there's like the behind the curtain kind of stuff, psychological stuff that most people don't understand. You guys will, okay? And it's, man, I'm just so fired up for this that you guys can literally become masters at this kind of stuff. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. And my thing is, you know, I don't want to depend on nobody, all right? I don't want to depend on any particular system. I want to depend on me, on Vic, okay? You want to depend on yourself. You want to have this certainty, this knowledge that you developed that, hey, I can literally, for the lack of a better word, print money if I wanted to, okay? Would that be awesome, guys? If you could literally decide, you know, you want to make $20,000 a month, you can do that, okay? Implement some of the strategies and, I mean, it's doable, okay? That's the cool thing. It's not like out there, okay? So let's talk about some traffic getting tips. Traffic is my passion. You know, I started really researching traffic and just really diving into that field, you know, head first with everything I've got. I think it was 2007-ish, maybe 2008. That's when I really started to really, you know, learn traffic and particularly traffic that gets good, fast results. I'm not interested in like writing articles and, you know, that take forever to rank and be in the mercy of Google and, you know, traffic is the thing that is one of the simplest things to learn, but a lot of people overcomplicate it, okay? When it comes to traffic, you want to start with 2 or 3 sources, okay? My favorite ones are banner media, PPC, agencies. I don't deal with Google, guys, okay? I don't play with Google. They're cool and everything, but I just don't play with them. Banner media. There is a, I'm going to show you. There is a module that is just awesome, for lack of a better word. It just takes you on a journey and shows you specifically exactly how to do that kind of stuff. But better media is residual type of traffic. There are networks you can go to. What's cool about these methods is you can specify. So if you have $5 per day to spend on traffic, you can literally set your budget. Okay, I'm going to do this for $5 per day, right? And I'm going to run this for five days. I can, you know, I want to have my ads showing up on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I'm going to exclude Tuesday and Thursday or whatever, right? You can do that. You can have that ability with these methods. Same thing with PPC, but you know, with pay-per-click, right away people think about Google when they think about pay-per-click. There's other PPC networks that are just way better than Google that you can tap into. Traffic agencies is probably one of the easiest things that you can tap into. You can also Google this stuff, or you can learn it from the product that you guys will have access to here today. It shows you. Go here. You want to get 300 clicks. That will be delivered tomorrow. Okay. When it comes to traffic, something to make note. If you can get your hands on buyers' clicks, okay, clicks from buyers, it's going to be 100 times more valuable for you than just random clicks. Okay. So as you're researching this kind of stuff, if you will, again, I show you how to do all this stuff in the product, how to actually get buyers instead of just prospects. But buyers traffic, I mean, we just ran a campaign, and one of the somebody from my team came to me this morning. He was like, Vic, that campaign that you ran, dude, it got me like 300 opt-ins or something like that in the last 24 hours. Like, cool, it works. You know, that's kind of the buyers type traffic, and those people buy. I mean, buyer is a buyer. They'll buy, yeah, you know, as long as you sell them. Okay, set a test budget. Again, kind of covered that real quick. Always run traffic to landing page. That's a given. We all understand that. So one of the things that when Jonathan Cronstead, when he visited me, when he flew out to South Dakota to talk to me, which, by the way, I don't know of any other company that sends their, CEO to just a producer, right, or to a leader to just talk to them about where they want to go for the future. So one of the things that we started talking about is, hey, how do we, he's like, how do we turn our people into just marketing machines, into people that would just, not only, make a huge impact for their families, but for others around, and just build teams and just do the kind of stuff that you do. And I'm like, man, traffic is my passion, man. I invest, $50,000 in just test campaigns and just testing different things, right? Just to see how well it's gonna do. And whatever works, another tip for you, when you test stuff, do what works, okay? And drop what's not working. So when I got started, I literally got started with free marketing, and then I ventured out into low budget marketing, and then kind of scaled from there. So this, if you think like you're investing all this crazy money into testing your campaigns, I need to do the same thing. No, you can literally start from zero. I show you how to do that, and literally step by step how to ramp it up to where you can, if you want to test stuff like I do right now, $50,000, $20,000 campaigns, dollar campaigns, just to see what's going to work. You can do that too. Okay. So we started talking, and I'm like, man, traffic is my passion. So this is where he got a concept of, hey, how about not only teaching our people, right, how to do what you do, but giving them an ability to promote a product that clearly everybody in our marketplace wants. Okay? When you guys look at those stats, do you think you can make $1 or $2 selling that thing?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Oh, yeah.
If literally 90% of people are not making money, and what they want is to learn how to get traffic miles, right? And how to convert the traffic. Literally, that's what people want in our industry. Do you think you can run a campaign, right, promoting a product that's kind of, the only people who can promote the product are Empower Network affiliates, okay? But that product has its own funnel, its own landing pages, multiple, okay? It has just a kick-ass funnel, okay? That talks to people based on what they want, talks to their core desires, and sells to them exactly what they want in their business. Do you think you can run a campaign to network marketing crowd, right? Maybe affiliate marketing crowd, just outside of Empower Network? And do you think, when people look at Empower Network right now, some of them think, well, in order for me to get a product, I need to quote unquote join Empower Network, and I don't really want to join Empower Network, okay? But if we had something that you could market to without people having to quote unquote join Empower Network, but it would be exclusive to you to promote it, and you make some big bucks from it, okay? And everything is done for you. Is that a good idea?
Yeah.
All right? Cool. So, we started talking, one thing led to another, and Jonathan, as genius as he is, he's like, we're going to roll out products that would be, so guys, I apologize that I'm doing this. This thing just keeps falling off. And so this is what we're going to do, okay? So the product that's going to be available to you guys that you can get your hands on right now, okay? This is what we decided to do, okay? We decided to put this together and literally make it the mother of all trainings when it comes to exactly what the crowd wants, okay? Let me explain to you. I have honestly, I have never done anything like this to this magnitude, if you will, okay? But this is what we're looking at, okay? Oh, I forgot this question. Would you guys like to master traffic and conversions? Yeah, I think everybody would. Okay. That was, see, I built this PowerPoint just before I got here. So, because I wanted to show you guys some visuals. Instead of just talking about it, I just wanted to show you. So, there's 3 main areas we need to focus on. 3, okay? We need to focus on giving people an opportunity and teaching them how to build front-end doorway into their funnel, quote-unquote landing page, so that people will have an ability to build a landing page, make it custom, unique for whatever they're promoting, whether it's Empower Network, whether it's XYZ product, whatever they want, okay? They need to be able to have a unique landing page that they can promote to stand out. Not only that, but they need to be able to understand the psychology of a well-converting or high-converting landing page. You guys agree? Okay? You guys think it's important? Okay? The reason I'm able to do what I'm able to do is because I don't depend on any one particular thing. I depend on me, okay? And I learn about people, and I learn what people want, and I give people what they ask for, okay? And it goes for your landing page, it goes for your funnels, it goes for, you know, how you do your webinars or whatever you want to do in your business, okay? We cover all this stuff. Okay, so 3 parts to the product. Part number A is, I call it capture mastery. Okay? Not only do people learn how to create landing pages themselves, what to say on them, how to do, you know, what to do, what not to do, what converts, give them a bunch of examples, proven converters, okay? But also giving them a tool that is brand new, that has never been released to the public, that allows them to build any kind of landing page, literally drag and drop. You want to have this style, whatever, drag and drop, and they can create an awesome looking landing pages without knowing any HTML code. Okay? So that's part 1. Okay? Part 2 is, now that they have that landing page, naturally they will want to know how to get some traffic to that landing page. Okay? So they understand the psychology, they understand all that. Traffic consists of 12 modules. Okay, let me kind of briefly run through them so you guys know what you're getting here. Okay, module 1 is advanced, it's Media Traffic X. Okay, now I did a preview up on this on one of the Hangouts. I don't know, how many of you guys attended at least one of my Hangouts? Yeah? Okay. I did a little preview on this. People loved it. People loved it. But I gave about maybe 5% of what really this module is all about. I call it Media Traffic X. Okay, so I walk you through literally advanced strategies the big boys, quote unquote, right, in our industry, big producers, heavy, you know, hitters, you know, some people call them, utilize to literally open floodgates of residual traffic. So you can literally start with as low as $5 per day or $5 per week. And you can run your traffic, and it's residual. It's something that you can set up, and if it's working for you, it will continue to work over and over and over again. I like to set my traffic up so that I do the work once. Just like with business, I do the work once and it's residual, it's flowing, I don't have to be there, I can go on vacation, the thing is it just works like a well-oiled machine, okay? And that's really what you want in your business, is you want this thing to work, you want your marketing campaigns to work, whether you're there, whether you're vacationing, whether you're, you know, hanging out with your team in Hawaii or Bahamas, whatever you guys are doing, maybe you're, you know, having fun on a yacht or whatever. Your stuff is working and you're making money on autopilot, okay? All right, so that's module 1. Module 2 is the good old OPL method, okay? So basically how to get other people to promote your site, how to leverage other marketers' lists. Some of you guys know a little bit about this, you know, those of you guys who are in Big Idea Mastermind. But this is a brand new thing that has never been released to the public. Nobody has seen it. But it teaches you how to get other marketers, okay, other publishers to promote you and send traffic to you. Now, we're getting to some traffic agencies. Now, this is a brand new module. I have never released this to anybody before, to where we dive into this concept of traffic agencies. This is getting very popular now. How do you tap into, how many of you guys would like to know how to tap into buyers lists?
Yeah.
Okay. How many of you guys would like to know how to, like, guys that do infomercials on TV, okay? And they're in front of tens of millions of people, and they're selling, you know, into millions and hundreds of thousands of customers consistently. And maybe they're selling a book on how to make money, how to start a business, how to get, you know, how to get your online thing going, okay? How would you like to tap into their list of people who bought their stuff? Clearly they're interested, right, in learning how to do the online business, there is a way for you to tap into their buyers list. And let me tell you something, that thing is magic. If you can do that, it's magic. And anybody sitting here, I don't care if you just started this morning, you can do that, okay? You don't have to have a secret path, but you need to know how. You need to know how to do that. So this module is all about traffic agencies. Listen, you can get as low as 100 clicks. It's up to you, you decide. You can get as much as 100,000 clicks in a day if you wanted to, okay? You start low, you scale up, and you can literally, this year, whose year is this? Yes, folks, this is your year, okay? All right, module 4 is all about the penny traffic, okay? This is, we're getting into the CPV networks, how they work. I mean, some of this stuff, has been around, but there is some new updates. There is some. The thing with traffic, guys, is it always changes. Okay, it always. This industry, it's never like, it never stays the same. Okay, it flows. Okay, now what's working today, might not necessarily work, 2 years from now. Does that make sense? So this is the most freshest, up-to-date stuff that exists out there. All right, so module 5 is all about PPC stuff. Google excluded. I'm not going to teach you something I don't do. All right, but there are some very, very awesome underground networks you can tap into for PPC traffic on demand. It's just traffic. You start your campaign today, you have traffic coming in by tonight. Very cool stuff. Module 6 is the mobile traffic. How many of you guys want to know mobile stuff? This is the hot trend right now. Okay. You got to be very careful with it because that thing is really hot when you get your hands on that. But mobile is getting very popular, all right? And if you can get yourself on the edge, right, in front of this wave and understand how to do this, 2014 you can own this year, okay? You can do so much cool, so many cool stuff. It's unbelievable. Module 7 is about Facebook Traffic X, is what we called it. Okay, and this stuff is not your typical Facebook advertising, pay-per-click. It's some advanced material to where, again, reserved for some people in elite circles and stuff like that. You're gonna love that. Module 8 is about social media traffic. Again, if you're looking for free stuff, how to get how to get started. If you don't have a lot of money, that's your module right there. Okay, shows you how to work your way up, starting from ground zero. Module 9 is all about video. Okay, video traffic. That works, how to turn yourself into celebrity. If that's your thing, all right, you'll be able to do that. Okay, and again, not just video traffic, guys, but literally how do you structure your video? All right, what do you talk about in your video? What do you not talk about? How do you do your videos that connects with people? Because really, that's the thing. If you're going to do video, it's one thing just to do a video, but it's another thing to do a video with an intention. How many of you guys know what I'm talking about? When you guys shoot video, there has to be a very clear intention for every single video you shoot. Okay? You need to know how to do that, how to capture their attention, how to get 70 and 80% of people who watch your videos to watch your stuff all the way through instead of just clicking off in 15 seconds. All right, so that's module 9. Module 10, CPA traffic secrets. This thing is really, really good. How to leverage the power of CPA networks. How many of you guys familiar with CPA networks here? Okay, a few of you. There is a way where you can go to CPA networks, okay, and you can have other people promote your stuff, send you traffic. And how many of you guys would like to pay for results to where that you're only paying for an opt-in? You don't pay for click, you pay for an opt-in when somebody actually opts in. And some people say, oh, Vic, can't people cheat, and like send you junk clicks and junk opt-ins? The answer is yes, if you don't know what you're doing, okay? But if you know what you're doing, you set your campaigns and you set your campaign so that you only pay for a double opt-in. Again, I'm giving you guys some advanced stuff here. Somebody has to go to your landing page, they have to confirm, check their email, confirm, hit the link, they double opt-in on your list, it's a real subscriber, okay? And you only pay for when that happens. Pretty cool? Okay? Module 11. One of my favorite. Module 11, Module 12. These are my two favorite modules. Traffic amplifier, how to turn one visitor into 10 without doing any extra work and without spending any extra money. Okay, I promise you, maybe I'm not going to throw the number here, but very, very few marketers, even at the higher levels, marketers, they know this kind of stuff. This module you're going to love. Now, module 12 is traffic intelligence. I can honestly, realistically charge $1,000 for this and sell it as a standalone module. People would be more than happy to pay that if I give them a little preview of what it's about. This module is going to be included in the product. Okay, traffic intelligence, how would you guys like to know, how do I uncover new traffic sources? Like, I mean, like literally, dude, where do you find your traffic? Like, how do you find new sources of traffic, right, to test? And I told you I test a lot of stuff, right? How do I find those new sources? Traffic intelligence. Okay, I'm going to walk you through all of that stuff so you can uncover them for yourself. And these are literally, it's like having your own gold mine, you know? You want to dig for some gold, brother? Go there, man. Just get your shovel and, you know, get the stuff going. Give me fiber. You're good, man. You give me some. Ooh, that was good. All right. You guys excited so far? Is this good stuff? All right. So that's module 12. Okay. So that's 12 modules of traffic. All right. Now, do you think people will love to know this kind of stuff? Yeah. Of course, man. It's no brainer. That's what our community wants. Now, component number 3 is what? They know how to build a landing page. They have the tool that allows them to build a landing page with no HTML code needed or knowledge, okay? As they would say, a grandma could do it, and I'm not kidding, all right? Drag and drop. They know how to get traffic. They need to know how to convert traffic into leads and leads into sales, don't they? Okay, that's the third component of the product. It teaches them how to do that. So basically, folks, in a nutshell, this is the most rounded, the most comprehensive, the most advanced, yet simple to follow, okay, system for just an entrepreneur who's trying to build their business and take their business to the next level. Okay, this is what our community wants.